Hey guys, it's Trainer Heidi. I've been meaning to make this video for a few days now, and last night kept me up at night. So that's why I decided I need to make it finally. Not just think about it. What really struck me the other day was my client. And she's a younger girl and she's 19 years old. And I understand where she's coming from after the conversation we had, but it just really struck me about the society that we live in. And the conversation was, I was training her at the time, and she was running on a treadmill, and I saw something on her face. Something seemed off. Not just that, she's sprinting and it's hard and, she's out of breath, but it was something on her face that said a lot about how she's feeling. So as she's sprinting there, I'm right next to her on the treadmill, and I ask her, "Is everything okay? Are you feeling okay?" And she said, quote unquote, "Not everyone can be beautiful and skinny." And it just struck me that the society that we live in has created these standards about what beautiful is. And when my answer to her was, I said, "You are beautiful." And she looked at me like I'm an alien, that why would I think that way? And I said, "You're beautiful in your own way, and maybe if society doesn't think you're beautiful, that is their problem, not yours." And I said that just because you are going to achieve the point that you think you're gonna enjoy, which is you being skinny, I told her it's not gonna make you happy. When you're gonna get there, when you're gonna achieve that point of being skinny, it not necessarily is gonna bring you that happiness, because acceptance and self-love comes from within, not from other people accepting you and giving you compliments and telling you how great you look, or you're skinny, or you're tone, or whatever the label society puts on us. It all comes down to how you feel about yourself, whether or not you accept yourself, and everything else honestly don't really matter. So I kept on thinking about this last night, how upsetting that actually is, because she's 19 years old, she's almost 10 years younger than me, and she's the next generation, and she's just one of next generation people. But I can only imagine that there are many, many more like her who are feeling that they're not beautiful, that they're not accepted by society, because society wants someone who's always smiling, who's always has no problems with weight, who is very smart, very successful. Everything you read in magazines is labeled beautiful and successful, and once you don't fit in that frame, you are an outsider, you can be bullied, you can be made fun of. And it all reminded me of when I was in school, when I was in elementary school, when I was bullied because I was overweight and I was different. I always had my opinion, I always had my questions, and my classmates would always think like, "Oh, here goes Heidi again. She always has these weird questions," and or or whatever. Like I would always be the person who would argue with teachers, which in my society, the society I grew up in Latvia, it it wasn't acceptable, and I don't really think it's probably acceptable in United States either. But I was in a very small town, and no one would go against a teacher, and I was always the rebel who would always have my own opinion, and kids would make fun of me, and it did hurt me in a lot of ways, but it also taught me to grow stronger. And so for me, hearing something like that, what this client of mine said, it really hurt me on so many levels. It reminded me about how I was her age, well, a little bit younger than her. But I understand where she's coming from, because she's young, she's unexperienced, and she maybe she doesn't know that the acceptance has to come from within. So anyhow, I know this is a very long rant, but I just wanted to tell all girls out there who think you are not beautiful. You are. Every single woman, every single man, everyone. No matter whether you're white, black, Asian, transgender, gay, I don't care. Everyone, every single one of us is beautiful, and you have to understand it. That maybe even if society doesn't accept you as the standard, you don't fit in this little teeny tiny box, it does not matter as long as you accept who you are and you love who you are. And once you accept who you are, you love every piece of yourself. And it's not being cocky, it's not being selfish, it's not being egoistic, it's self-love. And society teaches us not to do it. We have to sacrifice ourselves for others. No, it all starts within yourself. When you are happy with who you are, when you are happy with yourself, everything else is going to become better. You're going to become a better mother, a better friend, a better daughter, a better spouse, better at everything you do, better at your job, better at, I don't know, driving a car, whatever it is. You're going to become better because you love the person you are. So, end of the day. Anyways, so this very long rant is for everyone to realize that you are beautiful and you don't need the acceptance from others or the compliments from others who would tell you you are beautiful, and that would justify that you are beautiful. Because every single one of us are beautiful in our different way, and you know what? It's perfect just the way it is. So, thank you guys. Bye.